Hi, everyone. I have to start this by saying that it was really hard to get this down to 3 to 4 minutes. So forgive me for maybe talking a little fast, but I did want to get a lot of these key points in. And I'm just struggling with really narrowing it down. So the Future of Nursing 2020-2030 report really emphasizes how the nursing profession just has the potential for playing a major role in closing the gap between the intended quality of care versus the actual quality of care being delivered today. Seems like it took a little inspiration from the IOM's article published back in 2001 called The Crossing the Quality Chasm. I know if we haven't read it yet, you will for this program, and it is a pretty good article. So both of those were very overwhelming and intimidating at first glance, but being able to focus on a couple key points and how to reflecting on my own practice and how that relates, made it a little bit easier to think, okay, this isn't so bad, and also a lot of these things I probably am already doing, just need to kind of take it to the next level. Um, Overall, it felt like it's challenging the nursing profession to just take action and be more active participants and finding innovative ways, not just your traditional bedside sort of thought process, on how we can work across the healthcare industry to support that collective vision of improving quality of care. The report suggests that we're going to have to restructure a bit how we educate future nurses, how we participate in leadership, how we collaborate across disciplines, and how we conduct ongoing research is going to be altered in order to help support this vision of providing higher quality care. One suggestion the article made was to place special attention to the social determinants of health. Social determinants of health will speak to where people live, learn, play, grow in age, where they worship, etc. It's their environment. And being able to understand that about each individual patient is going to help us deliver higher quality of care that's going to speak to their specific needs. And being able to do that is already working towards equitable and inclusive care because we're able to provide care regardless of people's backgrounds while we understand their social determinants of health. This report was very detailed, but I picked out two things that kind of stuck out to me, which were just that access to healthcare and interprofessional collaborations. As a school nurse, I work in a middle school where we have a program where we bus in students from inner city towns or inner cities, really, and they come to a small suburban town to access education. That's important for me because their social determinants of health are going to be very different than the local students. It's their environments are completely different. Their access to certain resources are very different. So the report really highlighted for me how having that understanding of social determinants of health and being a little bit more creative about understanding my students' environments helps me be able to help advocate and guide how we provide healthcare for them and maintain them healthy so that they continue accessing education through our town. The other important piece of this is being a school nurse. I am the only healthcare person in the building. So I have to work with teachers, social workers, school psychologists, which is really cool, counselors, and our administrators. It's a very holistic approach to each student, and my role is dependent on my interprofessional collaborations. So I highly value them. I make sure I set up that good rapport. I make sure that I respect their views and make mine known and respected. And I work really hard at educating them. We even started a medical emergency response team in our school, which forced me to incorporate our school social worker, our administrators, and having sort of that medical hat on and being able to respond to medical emergencies in the school building. So it was a really cool collaboration, and we're still working on that. But this report helped me sort of bring it all together and understanding how the future of nursing really starts now and we're already doing it. So it's exciting. I can't wait to hear what you guys thought of it. Again, it's hard to keep this in 3 to 4 minutes. I hope I did a great job at just giving you my point of view and how a school nurse can relate to all this information. Look forward to hearing what you all have to say. Thank you.